Hey y'all, it's Kim from Kim Dixon Creative. I'm so glad you stopped by the channel today. Today I'm bringing you 6 Valentine cards using a sheet load of cards from August 2020. I will leave a link to Call Me Crafty Owl's video in my description box below. That will link you to not only the video that she shows where she puts hers together from August 2020, but also that video. In her description box, she will give you the link to where you can get the PDF instructions on this sheet load of cards. I'm also using my box of the month from Not Too Shabby for January 2022. So what I'm doing today is a hop that a few of my crafty friends have gotten together, and we're going to do it all this year, and it is called the Old plus New 2022. Old plus New 2022. And it's a hashtag driven hop. So this month you're going to look for hashtag old plus new Jan 2022. And that hashtag is in my title as well as down in my description box below. But a few of us are getting together, and each month we're going to do a project released on the 5. So some of us are releasing on the 5th, the 10th, the 15th, the 20th, 25th, and the 30th. And so mine this month, I am uploading obviously on the 20th, and our theme for the month of January is Love One Another, or encouragement. And so I'm going to use this sheet load of cards instruction along with my kit of the month, a few pages from the kit of the month, and some ephemera from that kit of the month from Not Too Shabby, and make 6 Valentine's cards. Now this kit of the month is absolutely gorgeous. It's all in shades of red and black and gray, and those colors together are absolutely stunning. So the instructions on the sheet load for August 2020 calls for 6 6x6 papers. And so I'm just going through the paper pad that came, one of the paper pads that came in the kit, and pulling out 6 that I like. Right there I'm just showing you that not only do you get your double-sided papers, but don't neglect that cover sheet. You can use that cover sheet as well. So also the sheet load calls for 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11 solid colored cardstock, and I'm using black cardstock, and I'm just going along the instructions that Crafty Owl gave us in this sheet load, and I'm cutting down my cardstock, my solid colored cardstock that's needed for this particular sheet load. And so these solid colors are the mats that are going to go behind our pattern paper that we're going to cut from the 6x6 pieces. So I got lucky and had a piece of scrap paper on the side, and was able to get 2 of the smaller pieces that I needed out of that piece of scrap, so I didn't have to completely cut up an entire sheet of colored black cardstock for that smaller matte piece. And so I'm just going through and I'm cutting my pattern paper, and I am paying attention because my cardstock does have a directional pattern, or some of it does. And so I want to make sure when I cut those pieces that when I put them on my card, I'll be able to turn them in the correct direction. I mean, look at that plaid. Who in the world could say no to this black and white gingham? And there's a red and white gingham in the paper pad as well that I didn't even use in this particular project. So again, I just wanted to let you know that this is a hashtag driven hop, and the hashtag is old plus new Jan 2022, and plus is spelled out. Again, it's in my description box as well as in my title. So right now I'm going through and I am stamping the sentiment Happy Valentine's Day in that sticky ink from Ink on 3, the embossing ink. And I'm using some white extra fine embossing powder to emboss my sentiments. And so now I'm just going to go through and start putting my pieces together. I always like to kind of do it like in an assembly line. Get all my pieces cut, all my sentiments done, and then eat every piece put together and so forth. That way I just find it quicker for me to do it that way. And the best part of these sheet loads is getting several cards out of one sitting. I think I probably worked about an hour and 15 minutes on these cards, and I got 6 cards. And I love the way they turned out. And so here Silly is using her T-ruler to try to get this straight on this gingham paper. Duh, it's got a plaid on it. Use the lines that are already there. But you see me here putting this piece of white scrap paper together. That is so that when my sentiment crosses over from that one pattern piece that's matted in black over onto my plaid piece, it's all level, and it doesn't dip down when it changes changes the level. So I like to make sure it's an extra step, but it does make a big difference, I think, in your card when you're done. And so I've got all of my sentiments glued on, and now I'm going to go through the ephemera pack and pull out some pieces that I might want to adhere to the front of my card. The sheet load instructions calls for like a die cut leaf or something there on the left of your sentiment strip, and so I just decided that it would be great to use some of these ephemera pieces, and I used Scotch double-sided foam tape to pop up those pieces of ephemera that I did use. And I still have tons and tons of ephemera left, even after decorating I will, as you'll see in a minute, decorate the inside of my cards. So I had a lot of ephemera left even after doing that. So I could go back and make, even more. And the great thing, Call Me Crafty Owl has several sheet loads on that are available for 6x6 paper. And even if it's a 12x12 sheet, if you're careful and find the right design, you can still use your 6x6 paper. Another place that you can look, other than on Call Me Crafty Owl, there's a channel here on YouTube called Jess, Jess Crafts. And her website, I think, is just Jess, JUSTJESS.com. She does a lot of one sheet wonders with 6x6 paper, pattern paper. So now you see that I've gone through and I have adhered my card fronts to some black card bases. They're just regular A2 card bases that are top folding, and because they are black card bases, I need to add a white lining or some kind of lining in there so that I can, so that when you write your sentiment, you can see it. And so I took an edge punch. It's an old edge punch. It's been in my stash forever. And just edge punched that piece of white to go on the inside. And I glue that to the inside of my card and use some of the leftover ephemera to decorate the inside of my card, as well as you'll have a little 3/4 by 3 inches strips left on your pattern papers, and I'm just cutting those in flag ends or banner ends and putting that on the inside of my card as well, just to use up those scraps. I just cut a little banner edge or just a little diagonal edge on those strips of paper and put them inside my cards. I think these cards turned out really pretty, and I love the colors together, and that card kit was absolutely stunning, and it sold out in, I mean, no time at all. And these card kits are really nice to have, and a lot of the time Jamie does sell out of the card kits pretty quickly because they are so great. And they're released on the first day of the month, and you can take your chances and try to get one at the first of the month, but your best bet is to subscribe to the card kit of the month, and just that way you know every month you're gonna get it. I know I couldn't wait for mine to arrive this time. It was just so very pretty. Gonna put my, on the card that I had the little guy gnome on the outside, I put the girl gnome on the inside, and on the one where the girl was on the outside, I put the guy on the inside, because those gnomes are just divine. And so there's my set of cards, and I'm so glad that you stopped by my channel. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would be honored if you would do so. Hit the little bell icon so that you can be notified every time I upload new content. I would love it if you would also give this video a like and comment down below. Let me know which one of these combinations you like the best. Do you send out Valentine cards? I'd love to know if you do or you don't. So again, thanks for stopping by. I'm so glad that you did. I hope you all are safe and well, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.